Hello sweet friends, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, my name is Ashley and I'm going into my senior year at Clemson. I'm a genetics major and I'm just so excited to be sitting down to have a little chat with you about just some advice for your first week of college. This is mostly for incoming freshmen. It's not really advice that I would give to an upperclassman. But just advice for freshmen on your first week of college. I know the first week of school is very nerve-wracking and it's really exciting time, but it's one that a lot of you are stepping into. So I just wanted to sit down and kind of share with you some things that I wish I had known my first week of classes, because I was extremely overwhelmed. And even now, like, the first week of classes still is like so daunting for me. So I am just so thankful that you're here and that you clicked on this video. I post a lot of college content. So if you have any questions about college or Clemson in specific, you can always DM me over at my Instagram, which is at dear_littlesis. But I would love for you to subscribe to this channel for more videos, for more vlog styles, and for just a really fun glimpse into my senior year at Clemson, just because I hope to record a lot of sweet memories on this channel that hopefully you all get a chance to see as well, because I don't show a lot of like my involvement on here. So it's a lot of me, but I don't show a lot of, you know, my friends, just out of like privacy for them. But this year I'm hoping to kind of dive more into like just what life looks like, so that you can see all that you have to look forward to. So it has been a long time since I have uploaded a video. I took June and May off just so that I could just spend some time with my family while I was home before coming back here. And now I'm in Douthit because I'm working for a summer camp again this summer, also working for Summer Scholars. So I'm filming some videos for you on my day off, so exciting. But let's go ahead and get into these things. I don't want you to have to watch a super long video, so there's not really any order to these tips. It's just some things that I kind of was thinking through and brainstorming. So there are 15 tips for your first week of classes. Number one is to take time for yourself. So the first week of classes, there's a lot of things going on. Usually there's a lot of events for freshmen, and there's a lot of like club meetings and classes, and your friends want to explore, and there's like all these freshman events, and it's just a lot of things happening, and that can be extremely draining. So just know that you don't have to say yes to everything, and it is important that first week to also just take some time to breathe and be like, okay, where am I at? How am I feeling? What do I have space and time in my heart and just mentally and emotionally to handle this week? So along that line, number two is to take things one day at a time. I am so bad at doing this even to this day, but it honestly is so helpful. Just take things one day at a time. Don't worry about all the things that are on your schedule, on your to-do list for tomorrow. Don't worry about where and when classes tomorrow. Just focus on today. Focus on where you need to get and where you need to be that day, and don't worry about anything else. Worry about the assignments that are due that night, do that next morning, but like don't be thinking about your whole week and your whole schedule and like the whole semester. It's too much. So just one day at a time. What do you have space in your schedule for today to meet people, or what do you not have space in your schedule for today? Number three is to attend at least some of the special events for Clemson, or for your school, for freshmen. Because it can seem cheesy and it can seem stupid, and I know a lot of us, myself included, are like, okay, we're in college now, like we don't want to do all those cheesy little things that you have for freshmen. Like we don't want to be identified as that, we want to be the cool kids. I get it. Like I was you, I was like, this is stupid, but it is honestly really helpful just because you get to meet a lot of other freshmen, but it's also an opportunity to meet some upperclassmen. And I think knowing upperclassmen on your campus is super helpful because they just are more experienced. They know a lot of things that you haven't had the time to learn. So if you're going to those events, you can connect with them, exchange, social media, exchange phone numbers. Then you have someone you can go get coffee with to talk about things, or if you just need to send them a message and be like, hey, I'm confused about something, or have you taken this class? Any of those things, they probably can connect you to someone who has. But also you're just going to probably be exposed to more people than just the people you're living with. So it's a good way as freshmen to just like meet people outside of your little community, which like is never a bad thing. Number 4 is to know where your classes are and how long it takes to get there before the first day. So I would recommend like the day or 2 days before your classes are supposed to start, just go ahead and map out like where on campus are those classes. You don't necessarily have to find the exact room, but just know like where the building you have to get to is, and know about how long it's going to take you to get there. Kind of like walk your schedule, so to speak, so you can know like how long, like what time do I need to leave to get to class, because you don't want to be showing up extremely early. Like I would say like 10 minutes early is like the max that I would want to get to class before the next class starts, or before class starts, but typically I like to get there like 5 minutes before class starts. So just kind of map out how long it's going to take you to walk there. Just realize like, if it takes you 10 minutes to get there today, just maybe add a little buffer time so you're not like showing up right at the time class starts. But yeah, so I would just recommend knowing how long it's taking, because you also don't want to be super late on your first day, because that's just, no one wants to start off their week or their day first day ever like that. So that is my suggestion. Number 5, whenever you get your syllabus or your syllabi from your different classes, it's going to be extremely overwhelming. It might not be, but I find them even to this day to be really overwhelming, because you have every single assignment for the whole semester on there, which is super new and different. Like as a high school student, you don't know what your whole semester is going to look like on day 1. But when you come into college, you know when every exam is, you know when every assignment is due, you know what chapters you're reading what days, like all of those things. So just breathe whenever you get them and just focus on the big key things. So when you get your syllabus, it's going to have all kinds of things under the sun, but just take it up and break it into chunks and be like, okay, most important thing right now is when are my exams and when are my big assignments due. And then after that, you can just kind of take the syllabus one day at a time. So you can just kind of look at it for the week even and be like, okay, well, what assignments are due, like homework assignments are due this week, and you can kind of figure out when you need to do those. But as long as you know like those big things, like your exams and the really important stuff, like that is what you need to focus on right now. Don't try and pick apart and like write down in a calendar every single thing ever to be due. I do know some people put all of their assignments into a Excel sheet and like color code them, and you could totally do that if you want to. For me, I still find it like kind of overwhelming, but just do what works for you. Which along that lines, your first week is usually syllabus week. So if you've never been to a college class, you might not realize on your first day of class, you're gonna go to class, and typically the professor is just going to review whatever the syllabus says. You're not really gonna probably learn anything on that first day. It's just kind of them telling you their procedures, what they expect from students, and all of that sort of stuff. So just know that, you're not going to probably go and learn the first day. However, if you start on Monday and Tuesday, Wednesday and Thursday, you're going to start learning. So make sure you are prepared, that you've read any chapters, that you've gotten any books or any supplies that you needed for class. If they asked you to sign up for certain, like websites or certain things like that for homeworks, like make sure you do those things before you go to your next class of the week. So number 7 is to check your Canvas or Blackboard or like whatever your university uses before your first day of class. Typically, professors will give you access to their syllabus. They'll give you access typically to like the first lecture before the first day of class. So you can go ahead and like print that out or download it onto your iPad or whatever it is that you prefer to do. But go ahead and read through the syllabus before you go to class so that you know what to expect from your professor. That way you also know if there's something you need to do or have prepared before the first day, because sometimes professors are like, you need to have this specific thing before the first day of class, or I need you to sign up for this specific thing by day 1. Like, just make sure that you read and figure those things out, because it's going to set you up for success. Also, if they already have a lecture posted, just go ahead and have those slides like downloaded or printed out or whatever, so that you can be prepared to take notes if for some reason they do decide to teach. Also, go ahead and look at the syllabus and find your professor's office hours and make note of those. I just always like to keep them in the back of my mind so that they're there if I ever need them, if I'm having struggles with class, if I just want to get to know my professor, any of those sorts of things. I just like to know, okay, when are the office hours, because if I can't even attend to them, I need to be aware of that so that I can go ahead and reach out to that professor in time if I need them. So just kind of keep your, you know, your mind on that, but you don't really have to do much about it. It's just like, okay, be aware of when that is. Number 9 is just to be aware that you're not the only one adjusting. You know, some people it might look like or seem like they're adjusting great to college life, that they're having the time of their life, that they have everything under control, but I am telling you right now, you are not the only one who's adjusting. So if you are a freshman who feels like super overwhelmed, feels like you just don't really fit in, like you're just really on the struggle bus, like you're not alone. You know, my first like 2-3 weeks, I thought like, I am on top of the world. I have got this. Like, I'm a good student. I am going to rock the college life. And then the first exams rolled around and I was like, oh, we don't know what we're doing. So just know that you're not the only one who's struggling. Also, like in the department of friends, if you haven't really found friends the first 3 weeks, it's been 3 weeks. Like, you're not gonna find deep, good, quality friendships in 3 weeks. So like, just be patient and give yourself time, but realize that you're not the only one struggling, even if it seems that way. So definitely talk to people about how you're feeling. Like, if you feel like you're struggling, voice that, because a lot of times people will open up and share that with you, but they're gonna put on this front until they know that it's a safe space. So just invite vulnerability into your conversations as a freshman. I think that's so important, and I wish that I had done that more. Number 10 is to be aware that most upperclassmen will help you. I think, you know, as a freshman, I was like, oh, they're gonna judge me because I'm a freshman. Like, they don't wanna help. I don't wanna ask them for help, but definitely ask them for help. Like, I would be more than willing to help any freshman who asked me a single thing. Like, if you needed help, if you needed a friend, like, I would be there for you. So just know, you know, I'm sure there's a person here or there who's gonna be a jerk about things, but overall, like, there's just a lot of students who are so willing to help you and willing to invite you into their circles. So, you know, upperclassmen typically have friends established as well. And so it's a great place for you to meet some of their friends and to be invited into their circles and their communities and the clubs and the things that they're passionate about, because that's how you're going to, you know, meet your own people. So just don't be afraid to reach out to, you know, upperclassmen. I also have always told my Clemson people, like, this is my last year at Clemson. So if you know, are a freshman, if you are an upperclassman, please reach out to me on, you know, Instagram. You can send me a DM if you're like, hey, I just really need someone to talk to. I need a friend. I need some advice. You know, whatever it is that you need, just send me a DM. We can talk on DMs. We can set up a time to meet to get coffee or to get lunch on campus, like whatever it is that you need. I am always happy to try my best to meet with new students and just be a friend where you need it, because I know that I could have used that. So I just like to keep that door open if you are a freshman and you need that. Number 11 is on the first day of classes, or just class in general. It is so hot. It's August. The heat is intense. You're gonna walk 10 to 5 minutes to class and you are going to be sweating buckets. So make sure you're wearing comfortable shoes, make sure you're wearing comfortable clothes. Don't worry about dressing up, looking super cute. Like, after the first few days, like, no one's gonna be dressing up cute. You're probably not gonna meet your future Prince Charming in class, so like, it's fine. Just show up in, you know, your t-shirt and your shorts and your tennis shoes with your hair up in a claw clip, like whatever. Just know, like, I'm not gonna be dressing up super cute because it is hot and I just want to be comfortable going to class. So just be aware of that. It's just to meet 1 or 2 people in your classes. If there's a group me, join it. I know a lot of you are like, I am tired of group me. I hate group me. You can silence the group or leave the group if it's too much for you, but I just recommend it because if you have a question about something, you're connected to other people in your class, so it allows you to be like, oh, I'm kind of confused about the assignment, like, what did you do for this? Or if you want to be able to form study groups with people, or if the professor changes due dates or something, it's just a good way to like be connected to people, so that if something happens, you're not like, uh-oh, what do? I know no one. So, you know, you don't have to be in the group me, but at least have a connection to a few other people in the class. A few of my other tips I feel like I kind of hit already in the some of my talking points. So overall, I just want you to know that it's okay to ask for help as a freshman. You are adjusting to college. College is a huge adjustment. It is a huge adjustment for everyone because you're learning how to make friends. You're learning how to take different types of classes. You're learning how to you know, basically keep yourself alive, because you have to feed yourself, you have to do laundry, you have to stay healthy and active, and you have to join clubs, you have to get involved in all of these different things. But it's okay. You know, like, just take things one day at a time. It's overwhelming right now, but eventually everything is just going to fit into place. Freshman year is honestly just the hardest because you're adjusting. You're trying to figure out what works for you. You're trying to figure out where you fit, and just the place that you're meant to be and the place that the Lord has for you. So just know that, you know, your college freshman year experience is exactly what you need to shape you into the person that you want to be and the person you need to be when you graduate. So it might be hard, but you're gonna learn. And it was hard for me, but I learned a lot from my freshman year. I learned a lot my sophomore year. And because of those things that I've learned, I've been able to give a lot back to other students, but I've also just been able to take different paths and avenues for myself that I'm very thankful for. So it's a learning curve. Everyone's adjusting, and nobody ever truly really has it all figured out. There is no one right way to do college. So you're not gonna do it wrong. You're not gonna mess up. Just do what works for you, what feels right for you, and know that it's just a season. So thank you guys all so much for watching this video. If you have any more specific questions for the first week of college, if you have any questions about becoming or being an incoming freshman and how to prepare for that, please leave some comments down below and I will be happy to answer those for you. Like I said, you can also ask me over on Instagram. I'm just so thankful that you're here and that you watch these videos, and I wish you all the best as you take on your first year of Clemson, or of college classes. So just remember to go live boldly, fiercely, and authentically you. I love you, and I'll see you in the next video.